Good evening, everybody, and a very warm welcome to Virtual Sim League. This is the F2 Cup Series Season 1, and we're pretty much at the second half of the season, round number 4 of this mini championship, as we head to Spa-Francorchamps. What a beautiful circuit for the Belgian Grand Prix. 9 laps of sprint action and 13 laps of main feature race action. My name is GeForce, and joining me once again in the commentary box is Randy. How you doing?
I'm doing grand. You missed a fine weekend in Silverstone, to say the least. A typical British weekend where there was a lot of rain.
Yeah, I did predict before I was away last week, I was in Milton Keynes, where it was going to rain at Silverstone. And I was right, so you guys can pretty much grill me all you want because of that commentator's curse. But anyway, so standing update for the F2 Cup Series Championship is that Glock took both the sprint and the feature race win last time out in Silverstone. He is on 89 points, Cam in second on 71, Matta in third on 69. He finished second last week in the feature, so basically the top 3 in the feature are the top 3 in the championship, but not in the same order, obviously. Then, of course, we had Stephen, who got a podium in the sprint, as well as Casper as well, and scored some nice points in the feature. And then we got Gav in 6th, Yuri in 7th, Jack Craig in 8th, Matt Ryan in 9th, and Lewis Craig in 10th. But we may as well go on board with someone on the lap. I did go on board with Yuri last time, so let's go on board with someone different. Let's go on board with Pete this week as he heads towards El Rouge for the first time. This circuit first introduced in Formula 1 back in 1950, where we saw Juan Manuel Fangio won in the Alfa Romeo. Passed in into the Camel Straight there as well, where they can gain a lot of slipstream in the race. Expect a lot of people wanting to get through there as well. Now heading towards the convoy, tricky chicane, left, right, left sequence once again. Brake as late as you can in an F1 car. In an F2 car, brake a bit harder. Past Montmedy and into Rivage, slow and tight left-hander coming up. It requires a lot of patience through there, and you got to be careful with the grass on the left-hand side. Into No Name, fast left-hander that follows Rivage. Keep your car to the right-hand side of the track as you head through Pouon, which is a fast double left-hander. A lot of downforce is definitely needed through there. Now through Fagnes coming up, and Campus, another chicane, which is staying off the curbs, is absolutely crucial around it. And he's looking good so far, does Pete, as he heads towards Stabilo 2. And you're now going to be heading towards one of the longest straights on the circuit, Blanchimont. And it's a fast left-hand bend. I'm going to actually check if he's invalidated, actually. Nope, he's doing all right at the moment. So, full power, Mats Van Geer through here, which is 6th gear. In a Formula 1 car, it's 8th gear, but in F2 cars, it's 6th gear. So he's looking quite comfortable on the throttle. Heading towards the bus stop chicane. Requires heavy braking and good traction. Again, don't ask me why it's called the bus stop. No clue. I didn't make this circuit. Pete goes up to the line and he goes 4th. But our pole man for today's feature race, it is Cam. That means Cam is going to be starting in 10th spot in the feature race. And once the grid loads up, we will tell you who's going to be starting on pole for the sprint. And that is Casper. He'll be starting on pole for the sprint. But we'll go through your qualifying order. Cam in 1st, Matta 2nd, Yarham 3rd, who is reserved this week in the Campos car. Sweet Knighton in 4th, Matt Ryan 5th, Ahmed 6th, Lewis Craig 7th, Yuri 8th, Gareth 9th, and Casper in 10th. That'll be reverse order for the sprint coming up. Stephen not doing as well in qualifying compared to previous weeks. He's got a lot to live up to. And we've got Tony, Deck, Bazza, Excite, Rico, and Leroy. Excite, Rico, and Leroy did not get some lap times in. So that is your grid order then. The Casper and Gareth going to be on the front row for the sprint race. It's a long lap, only a few invalidations, and unsurprisingly, the field is quite spread.
I'm actually having issues getting into the lobby, so I'm actually just gonna open up stream my end just so I can actually see what's going on. But yeah, Spa is the longest circuit here by a decent margin, to say the least. Over 7 kilometers track, so it's a lot of waiting game this lap because the only real overtaking spot is at the end of the Campbell Straight. So if you're stuck behind a slow car at a bad time, it's a very frustrating lap to follow a car, fortunately. But it does make for some good racing here, especially ERS, it's just DRS in F2 cars. But yeah, seeing here that where is Glock here tonight, or is he away?
Glock is not here tonight.
Ooh, that's gonna change up the championship. But despite Glock being away, Matt is once again P2, like he was last week. And most weeks he is P2 in qualifying.
Yeah, he's very consistent in qualifying, which is great to see. I do have the order of who's missing tonight. So we've got no Jack Craig, no Glock, no Davis, and no Judy Show. Tony was going to miss tonight, but he decided to attend, which is good news. Good to have good numbers, so that means we have 17 drivers. So here we go then, the sprint race, which points, I need to actually double check the point system because I always forget every week and I always have to check the Discord. So sprint, 10 points for first, second place for 9, third place for 8, fourth place for 7. No, 4th place 7 points, 5th place 6 points, 6th place 5 points, 7th place 4 points, 8th place 3 points, 9th place 2 points, and 10th place 1 point. Pole position, you get a point as well, so that will belong to Cam. And we got Casper, Gareth, Yuri, Lewis, Craig, Ahmed, Matt Ryan, Pete, Johan, Mata, and Cam will be your top 10 cars for the sprint race. And I kind of like sprint races around Belgium because, like you were saying, slower cars obviously are not expected to be there. They can hold their own, they can have a nice battle as well. But is this a track where you like to run high downforce or low downforce? Because on last year's game, I think you can run with little to no downforce at all. But I think on this game, I found you need a bit more downforce than last year's game.
Yeah, especially you need some rear grip on this track for corners like coming on here to pull on even Ravash. That's difficult on the rear. Stablo, Fanya, very easy to lose the rear, so you do need that rear wing just to keep stability in the car. But you need to find the right compromise, because if you're running a very high downforce car, you're going to struggle making your overtakes, or you're going to be a singing duck on the Camel Straight. So you need to find the right balance here. So it's easy to make a setup here. I don't think there's a lot of variation on the setup. You are going to run a very big wing to say, but you will, compensate for this front end with regards to speed. That's kind of how anyone I know with their setups, they do that's how they kind of set themselves up. And then you'll have your changes with like suspension, but that's a bit too complicated to explain.
Yes, it obviously does depend on the type of conditions as well, but looks like it is overcast. No sign of rain yet, but you never know in Stabilo, in the Ardennes Forest. It has the highest amount of rainfall out of most tracks, so I won't be surprised to see some sort of rain here, but I don't think we've had any complaint in at the Discord, and if we do, I'm not going to spoil it because I don't want to spoil the weather for people watching the stream. Thank you to those of you that are watching the stream, by the way. So, Casper starting on pole, Gareth alongside. The fire red lights coming on very, very soon. And there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights here at Spa-Francorchamps. And we are racing for the sprint race. And Casper got a good launch, but Gav got a good getaway in towards turn number 1. I'll let you join the session in a minute as we watch this start. Gav going side by side with Casper in past the source, but Casper gets the lead once again. They all make their way around El Rouge for the first time. A few people dropping up in the background, but no harm done at the moment as we got, I think, Lewis Craig trying to defend off Matt Ryan. It looks like heading towards the Kemmel Straight. This could be a good overtaking opportunity for Gareth, and he gets past, and Casper was struggling a little bit because Yuri got past him for a second. But Casper overtook him once again. Meanwhile, in the background, we got Cam versus Yarham through Brussels and into, I was trying to remember the corner name. Rivage, there we go. Now heading towards Rivage. There's so much going up in the front as well. It's hard to keep up, but Gav to the left-hand side through No Name. Looks like he's going to keep the lead, but for how much longer? Casper moves to the right through Puon. And that requires a lot of traction through there, but I think the two of them still going side by side through this very tight section. Oh my goodness, someone almost just about avoided the wall.
Yuri.
And that was Yuri, but I think he's going to lose a bit of grip there because his tyres are going to be very, very hot. Pete, by the way, is in ninth at the moment. Someone's almost hit the wall. I think a lot of people have not warmed up their tyres correctly, or it might just be a track where it's just hard to warm up the medium tyres.
Oh, Yuri! Oh my god, Yuri again almost smashes the car. Spins it this time, but yeah, I think it's temperature difficulties or rear grip. It's looking like, but yeah, everyone's off the track. You swear they're racing in Vegas right now with the lack of grip they're having. But Casper's going to send one. Oh, he's gone too deep off the bus stop. Too deep off the bus stop. Goes rubbing with Yaram here, but no ill doing here. Yaram going to try one down the inside of Lesource. No DRS yet, so he can afford to go for it, and he will go for it. And he'll shut the door quickly, but Casper's going to try a switch back here potentially, but he's not fast on the throttle there. He had to lift off slightly. Bit too quick on the throttle, but they'll have to run down. They'll climb up a Rouge, go through Radion, and they'll have to run down through the Camel Straight, but Casper hits the curb and goes off the track. They're struggling in these F2 cars at the moment.
versus
the cool conditions.
Johan versus Gareth for the race lead. And you can see how the slipstream is so powerful in these F2 cars that Yarham almost got them into Lecon, but Gav defending very nicely so far. Pete makes his way back up into 6th, so a lot better from him. Here comes Yarham in towards Rivage. Can he do it this time on Gareth? But Gav always gets good traction in No Name. But Gav's now under pressure from Casper once again. Cam is in this as well. Cam, don't forget, started in 10th and he's already up into 4th place. So you can tell he likes this track. Casper's trying to defend from 4 cars. 3 Puon, it sounds like. He's finding it a bit trickier than we thought. And in towards Campus and into Stabilo 1 now. The track is getting a bit sunnier as we speak, I think it looks like. So hopefully it could be a lot easier for the drivers to drive. But Yarham, a really comfortable gap up front. I think about 1 second. The game's not telling me at the moment. At the moment, it thinks it's 2 minutes behind, which is weird. But let's hope it fixes itself on lap 3.
Yeah, well, that's just a glitch of the game because EA, fantastic. But yeah, a lot of drivers very close. Yarham is opening up a gap, which if he maintains that by the time they hit the detection point just before a Rouge, that will really help him. As Cam and Gareth once again going through it into the bus stop chicane. They'll be going wheel to wheel down this pit straight. We'll have DRS at this lap, so 2 DRS points on this lap. First one is on this pit straight, but the main one is the one down the Camel Straight. You get the detection point just before Rouge here, and it looks like Yarm's going to have a gap. Cam is just within the second of Casper. Will he have a chance to make a move for P2 here? Potentially, if he gets a good run off Radion, he might. He's 8/10 back. Could be a massive set here, but watch out for Matt and Gareth. Matt's going to try to put himself into P3. Gareth's giving him the minimum space required, but he gets deep on the brakes, and Matt just makes the inside become the outside, sticks it through Les Combes and up into P4. Couple time penalties being dished out for track limits already on lap 3, which is not good to see. That's a warning for a lap, which is not the best thing to happen. But yes, drivers still struggling through some of these corners. There's a lot of understeering happening, especially through the left-handers, the likes of No Name and Puon. There's a lot of understeer. As I think Knightson's had a spin off Puon.
No, Knighton has spun. And as you were saying about the understeer at Puon, someone spins. So there we go. That is
I mean,
why
you're more
you need. That is why you need a car with a lot of aerodynamic grip. But with these F2 cars and with this series, it is fixed setup, and it doesn't give you the right amount of downforce that you need for this track. So you would probably need more with these F2 cars, but you can't because it's fixed. And we've got, I think, Pete trying to get past Bazza. So there we go. That's Pete trying to regain what he lost, pretty much. I always tend to jinx Pete, unfortunately. Not intentionally, of course. But anyway, Cam then on the back of Casper. This is attempt 2 for him. And don't forget, they're both in Red Bull liveries, but they're in different teams. So this is going to be a completely different strategy for the two of them. Gap now between Johan and Casper, 2.2. So Johan must be loving Casper battling Cam right now because he's allowed to pull that gap. But Cam, as Casper goes off the track almost. Cam to the left-hand side, past Rally on into the Camel Straight. That is P2, easy done for the Dams. I was just trying to figure out what team it was, but it was Dams. There we go.
Yeah, these fixed setups looking like a handful to control for these cars. Lots of understeer here, especially left-handers for some reason, which is causing a lot of trouble. Nice racing between Declan and MX Sight, though, as they go down to Ravage and they make contact.
I think there's 4 or 5 cars trying to get involved there. That was just so tight. But that could have almost ended in tears. Matt Ryan has got a penalty.
Tony says thank you very much. 2 free positions for him.
Yep. We are keeping an eye on the bingo, by the way. And we already got 1 Pete spins. So there we go.
Casper 3 seconds. That's going to hurt his chance for a podium. But Cam gets it all wrong for Stavilo. Rides the curve very awkwardly, but Casper does the same thing off the second Stavilo. Going to see that's actually 2 Stavilos, not just the 1. But they run up now through this long left-hander, otherwise known as Blanchimon. I think that's a difficulty for it. Casper doing a bit of tire warming there. They're still struggling to get temperatures in those tires. By the looks of things, with Casper's tire warming abilities. But meanwhile, Yarm is enjoying life halfway through the race. A lot of field spread happening at the moment. Matt's looking to join the spell for the top 2. He'll have the podium at the moment due to the time penalty. But after that, you've seen a bit of spread happening with the rest of the field. You have Gareth, O'Stephen, and NA9 battling for P5. Then you have a massive battle for the lower ends of the points. Cam 3 seconds.
Yep, Cam 3 second penalty. That could be huge. That will allow Johan to have a really huge buffer. But the reason why I was going, because there's a midfield battle happening between Dak, Leroy, and also Lewis Craig. And they're all heading towards the Camel Straight. But it looks like Tony is going to be the train, the leader of the train. This is the Tony train, not the Trilly train. And then we got Excite, Leroy, and Dak. Dak, I think, has lost DRS then, as Matt Ryan does get past Lewis Craig, it looks like, through Ravage. Yes, he does. So that is him up to 12. Not points, though, in the sprint. You'll need a top 10 to get points in at the sprint race. So it'll be Yarham all the way down to Leroy currently right now. People are still fine. I think they're still managing to find their rhythm a little bit, but at the moment N89 is trying to battle Stephen for P6 on the road. Good recovery from Stephen though, after not having the best of qualifying.
Stephen has to start 11th in both races, which is going to hurt him. Looking set to get the top 5 here potentially. Could be hard if he catches up to Cam and Casper. So podium's not completely off the cards. He'll need to pick up the pace though in this second half of the sprint and watch his own time penalties. But deep there from Carif into the bus stop, that could be an opportunity for Stephen. He won't try into Lesource. Lewis Craig gas himself to the list of penalties. Carif's going to defense it though into Lesource. It's going to mess up his line a bit. Recovers it well, but very tight on exit. You want to ride that curve on exit, which he didn't. But he does pull away a bit still. But there still will be the DRS threat. But I don't think Stephen will make up 8 attempts through
No.
the Kemmel straight. But he was drifting up a rouge
There's
almost.
Ahmed, and
Lost it.
89.
Yeah, the drift from Stephen turned him, and this could make him go down to 7th instead of to 5th. But NA9 just doesn't have enough drive to get through. He'll stay content with 7th for now.
Yeah, it looked like Stephen lost a bit of pace to Gav then as well. So as soon as Gav gets past, he's now going to try and chase down the others for the higher positions. But I think I'm just looking to see where Stephen is gaining and where he's not. So let's go on board with N89. I think Stephen seems to be struggling a bit more on some of this left-hander coming up past Piron. So he's struggling a bit there. But then when he's on the straight, he's not doing too bad. So, yeah, I guess he doesn't like those fixed setups. As in the midfield, Deck fighting Matt Ryan. So that's Deck up to 11th. And then we got Speed Knighton and Lewis Craig battling. Speed Knighton up into 13th. But I think Lewis Craig would want to do something about it. We got some battles happening in the back as well. So Lewis is going to go through Blanchemont. There's just so much battling happening everywhere.
Oh, Casper's on 6 now.
Casper's on 6 seconds, yeah.
Yeah. But that could...
And there's
give
Rico
Gareth a
with one
position.
penalty.
Majority of the field.
Rico's losing a bit of ground. I think Bad is going to try and get the inside through past the bus stop. I think he's going to get past him, or is he not? Through La Source, he's going to take the right-hand side, which I think he's going to do. Bit squirmy on exit, though, does Bazza, so I think Rico could get him back. And look at Yuri as well. This is turning up to be a very good fight for the last few plays for the Wooden Spoon. We'd like to make sure we cover every single battle as we can. As oh no, Yuri's got a penalty.
Yuri.
Scrap that. But I think everyone in the back has got penalties as well.
He's on 9.
Trying
He's
to
on
get
9
slipstream. And I think Yuri almost got them both. Rico almost got Bazza once again. But looks like no changes there. I think we would like to carry on watching this fight. I think there's nothing going on. I think in the front, Bazza to the right-hand side. This could be his chance. And Bazza, I think, is in 15th spot. And can he, most importantly, can he hold it through No Name? Meanwhile, we got Tony Train still going strong in 9th place. 3 attempts adrift to himself and excited. No, it's the Michelle Train this time, not the Tony Train. So we got Michelle, Tony, Leroy, and Deck, and Matt Ryan, Speed Knighton, and Lewis. So we got, I think, 5 or 6 cars in the train, and that's going to make things quite tricky. So if one person makes a mistake, I think a lot of people will try to capitalise on that. So let's watch Michelle, 3 Blanchemont. I don't think Tony's getting that much. There is a danger that people can lose out for DRS here.
Yeah, meanwhile, Matt actually got himself a 3-second time penalty. He'll still get the podium of Casper.
Correct.
We're on the second last lap, but he needs to be careful not to give himself 6 seconds, because that will be podium over. But yeah, I think Yarm has this locked in the bag. Watch him lose it through a rouge, just to say that. Nope, he's navigating a rouge nicely. But Yarm has this in the bag, no penalties, and a 3.2 second lead. A comfortable drive for him. He will have to do it differently in the actual Grand Prix. Actually, if he's starting the Grand Prix, he'll be starting 3rd for the Grand Prix. So actually, as Deck gets himself 3 seconds, so Yarm from 8th will get the sprint win. So he might have a chance to do the double starting from 3rd. But it's a massive battle between Knight and Acorn. And Lewis Craig almost into the grass doing overtakes. Alex Almond.
Oh my goodness!
Very close to contact. Surprised there was the contact. But oh no, never mind, there's contact. Acorn and Lewis lock wheels, but they keep themselves on the track. Could have easily put themselves on the wall there, but they haven't. But deep moment there from Acorn that could let Lewis Craig through if he's quick on the throttle, but he's not, and Acorn cuts that off quickly to prevent a move through no-name corner. Also, I've noticed that one thing I need to mention is that the Spa track has not been changed in the F1 game since 2010. There is no grapple runoffs.
2010. Wow.
Yeah, I saw that stat when the game came out. It's the longest the track hasn't been changed in an F1 game.
And they managed to change. They managed to change Zandvoort, Jeddah, Australia, Abu Dhabi, Spain.
I just want the gravel. I just want the gravel runoffs.
I want the gravel runoffs because every time I talk about it, it doesn't exist. Like when I do some real life watch-alongs to talk about the gravel runoffs, but it just doesn't exist in the F1. It's like so confusing.
Meanwhile, Stephen has a chance.
Let's watch Stephen then through bus stop. We're on the final lap of this race.
Yeah, Gareth went into the grass, not gravel, off Blonsimon, which gave him which killed his momentum. And if Stephen was brave, he would have sent it, but he's going to wait until the end of chemistry, I believe. Gareth's gone deep. Gareth is struggling on these tires. We'll see how should have his move as long as he gets Rouge or Rajon, which has been his Achilles heel, this complexion of corners. But he seems to have a better this time. Gareth also had a good run off it though, but this closest team has been this whole race to Gareth. Last chance to make the move, you'd think here. So he has to go for it, and Gareth's going to take the inside line for leg calms. Stephen is going to be on the brake. He's going to try hook one around the outside, but Gareth says, I think you like the view you're having at the moment. Keep looking at my rear. I'll keep this P5, so it's going to have to be an orthodox move for Stephen to get this P5, which he looked set for ages, but this could be it. That was Gareth's deep for Ravage, but not deep enough to let Stephen through, parks it through no name. You can just tell this pace difference here because Gareth is 11 seconds off Matt. So this Gareth has just been parking it. You can see the pace difference here for P1.
It's quite a big difference, isn't it?
Yes, this is frustrating Stephen, clearly. He's significantly faster here. Same with NA9, he's significantly faster than Gareth. We just can't get through. Gareth is just having the most impressive defensive display of all time. He's
doing a great job with defending. He really is.
As actually, Yaram is about to win. Well, we focus on that.
Yes, Yarham is about to cross the line to win the first race of the night, the sprint race. And it is 10 World Championship points for him. Cam in second, Mata third. Casper drops down to fourth due to his penalties. And I think Gav is going to hold on to fifth. Yes, he does. Stephen sixth. N89 at seventh.
Oh,
Michelle in eighth. And Matt Ryan in ninth. And, oh, no. Speed Knighton in ninth. A few penalties. We've got Excite. We'll get the final point.
Yeah, Knighton got a 3-second time penalty for the final corner.
Final corner.
Yeah, he got it right at the end off bus stop. That must be frustrating to do.
Yeah, the thing I hate about racing is if you get a penalty really close to the end, it's just very, very cruel if you haven't got one all race. But your race winner, only a reserve member in this F2 Cup Series, and he's gone on and won the thing. Missy Alham will be starting third in the main race later on, so we'll see what he can do. So let me get the results of the sprint race. There we go. So Yarham wins from Cam in second. I think I'm going to predict it's going to be a fight between those two, Yarham and Cam, for the win in the feature race. But I might be proved wrong. We'll see. Mata in third, Casper fourth. Then we've got Gareth, Stephen, Ahmed, Tony, Speed Knighton, and Excite round up your top 10. Then we got Leroy, Acorn, Matt Ryan, Lewis Craig, Bazza, Wasabi, and Yuri. Every single car made it to the checkered flag. And I know it won't count in this, but fastest lap belongs to Yarham with a 2-minute 1.355, just a tenth quicker than Cam. So they're pretty much even on pace. I'm looking forward to seeing how they both do in the main race where it all counts full FIA normal. No, it's not normal FIA points. It's our ordinary points. I just got a bit confused there. But yeah, we're about to get underway once again. Now, I wonder what the weather's going to bring. It is a bit sunnier compared to last time, so I'm predicting tyre temps not going to be as bad, but it might be a bit hotter.
And I'm on the grid.
What?
Because I joined late, so I presume I'm last. Hope I'm last. Just to avoid problems, I will just crawl the first lap and retire in the pits.
Okay, so at least we can actually see what the track conditions could be like as well. Have you ever driven an F2 car around Spa?
Probably have when I was bored during lockdown sometime, but in this game I don't. I think this is actually the first time I've sat in an F2 car.
Yeah. So, we'll run for your grid anyway, and tyres strategy are mediums again. Don't forget they will have to make a mandatory pit stop. So, ignore Rando on the grid, because the game being the game. So, Cam from Matter, from Yarham, from Speed Knighton, from Matt Ryan, from N89, from Lewis Craig. Yuri and Gaff got disqualified from the formation lap. Tut. Casper in a 10th, and then Steven, Tony, Acorn, Bazza, Excite, Wasabi, and Leroy. So that is your grid.
And I just say for a fact, the tyres are absolutely impossible to warm up in these cars.
That's probably why they were struggling on the first few laps then in the sprint race.
Yeah, these are impossible.
So we get a bit of an insight from Mr. Rando.
Yeah, I was going to actually disqualify myself just to avoid any hassle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I were you, just crawl. If I were you, crawl on the first lap, retire in the pit, so you don't cause a safety car.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't worry. This is not on my first rodeo. This is not the first time I've been pulling the grid whilst commentating. I
think that happened to me before, but that was like ages ago, like many games ago.
Yeah, they still haven't fixed that. If you join late, and despite choosing spectate, it'll put you on the grid for the race.
Yeah, not nice at all.
I've also noticed.
Blame that there was an update that most of us forgot was there, pretty much.
Blame the fact that I'm never in my house these days.
Well, you're busy, so that's a good excuse.
Sorry, guys. I mean, I could have done it yesterday, but I decided when I came home.
No, it wasn't even there yesterday.
Oh yeah, it was today. Yeah.
It was today, so you couldn't have done it yesterday. So I was doing a race. I was doing a race yesterday, and it wasn't there yesterday. So.
Yeah. Blame the fact that I don't get home till late on Wednesday. Well, actually, blame the Irish rail system because it just takes forever.
Well, the English rail system is not any better. I mean, we've got rail strikes at the moment. So, by the way, Cam has gone at an interesting angle. And we're just waiting for everyone to line up on the grid. And we can get going.
I'm just going to hope no one spins in front of me and I have to avoid them.
And I don't want you to be the reason that a safety car gets called lap 1. Anyway, 5 red lights are going on once again. 3, 4, 5 red lights. And we are underway once again in Spa. Cam, not the best of launches. Madda had the best of launches through to turn number 1. It's going to be boxed in. Yarham to the right-hand side, and Yarham takes the lead for the Belgian Grand Prix. As Matta has run a bit wide there. He's lost a bit of ground. And Cam retakes the lead from Yarham. It's going to be a bit of a switcheroo like we saw from lap 1 last time. but Johan's going to get a bit of slipstream into their comm as well. We got Gav and Yuri side by side, Matt Ryan as well going side by side. I don't think Johan's going to get Cam on this lap. Nope, he's not. Meanwhile, Matta almost struggled. We got Lewis Craig versus Pete once again. And yellow flag. Oh, that's Bazza that's had a moment. And I think he's got no front wings, so that's not good.
Yeah, there's debris.
There is a bit of debris as Excite gets past Yuri up to 11th. Yuri's dropping way down the field, so I wonder if Yuri has got a bit of damage too. I won't say...
Steve has also dropped down.
Yeah, Stephen down to 16th place, so not the start he would have liked at the moment. We'll go through position changes in a minute. First penalty already and we're on lap 1 through Stabilo 1. The world record is broken. N89.
Fanya, actually, we're only at...
No, that was way after that.
Oh, jeez. Okay, he must have gone wide off Fanya.
Yeah. But anyway. Johan, free Blanchimont, 6th gear. Oh, Cam's gone off a bit. I think Johan's going to take the lead. Cam plants the car where he needs to be. And Matta right behind. By the way, Matt Ryan is doing a very great job, but I won't say too much about Matt Ryan because I'm scared they're going to jinx him. As we head towards lap 2, Cam setting the fast lap of the race so far, as I think we could see some moves coming up very soon. So we'll get positions gained. And biggest gainer, Leroy up 6, up to 11th spot. Casper up 3, so is Tony. Lewis Craig up 2, and Matt Ryan up 1. Johan up 1. Biggest loser, Stephen down 4, and Bazza down 3. Not the start that they would have liked currently. Matt Ryan has gained a ton of pace on the straights, by the way, and it looks like you retired the car, so you can relax.
I just thought so I was the only one on softs. I went for a bold strategy, but yeah, unfortunately,
how were they?
We're still on the picture screen, by the way.
Oh, was I? Oh
yeah,
no.
we're still on the stream. We're still on the picture screen.
Oh my god! I just realised that. I'm so sorry. I was just so invested in the action, I forgot to change the screen. Apologies.
Well, here we go now.
And thank you to Waze for pointing that out. Thank you.
Oh, I know. I noticed it as he came. I looked over to my monitor and I saw just F2 Cup Series.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the thing when he gets so into it. Meanwhile, Yuri gets past Excite once again, so you probably missed all the action at the moment.
Yarm and Cam. Oh, Yarm locks up at the bus stop. Avoids the back of Cam. It's getting very close now. There'll be DRS this lap. Will Yarm decide to wait until the Camel straight to go for the move here? He's not going to go for it into Lakeshore. Surely he doesn't. There's a locker from Cam, so even on the lockup department anyway. Meanwhile, this run, as long as Yarm doesn't make a major mistake going up a route through Rajon, this should be a move for the lead. Back on again, but he's a bit floaty there. Climb up the hill, but so was Cam. By looks of things, he's gaining. DRS now open on Yarm. Can Cam put defense on here to keep the lead here? Actually, Yarm has the DRS closed. He's going to wait. He's contented at the moment. They have a gap at the front, so he's just going to wait bide his time. And 3 seconds. Basta 3 seconds. I think does that wind damage his paces.
Yeah,
and play damage on Basta.
I think he's going to hope for a safety car to bring him back into this, I think. I can't remember what the setting was. As Speed Knighting gets 3-second penalty.
Jeez, the two Victor Virtuosos get 3 seconds simultaneously. Great teamwork there for Casper.
So you saw the other one get a penalty, and I saw Knighton. Lovely.
Yeah, Lewis came out of mine for the penalty. Interesting.
Interesting that it gave for different people, but
Yeah. But Casper looking to get ahead of Knighton on track. He'll have it on penalties at the moment, but 10 laps to go. If we have anything based on the sprint, there'll be a lot of penalties there. Casper almost off on the exit of Stablo. Rode that curve a bit too awkwardly. Had to collect the car there before he gets collected by a barrier, but that killed all his momentum. The chance of the move on Knighton now. But he's going to line up a potential dive bomb into the bus stop chicane. Is he going to risk it? No, he's going to be patient though. He's thinking of it. He's thinking of it. He's trying to force a mistake from Knighton there. But Knighton read it well and will survive this time round. But there's going to be another opportunity for Casper. Surely he's getting good runs off these corners. As massive lockups there into Les Source. Casper caught out by that bit. Has to catch the car again on traction. Well, Yarm actually has DRS open this time around. Is he going to try and Cam? A bit too far back to go for it anyway. Yeah, he's going to win another lap here. After slowly gaining on this. We'll see how that plays out as we're only a third distance in. Not more less. But Casper surely out going to go for the move into Ravage. Knight is going to go defensive here. Takes one down the inside, does Casper. There off exit, but Casper is now up into P6 and his next target is M. Ryan in the ART.
Yeah.
This actually might be the move for Yaram. Yaram's got the move for the lead. Cam understeering through Puon, had to lift up the throttle massively there. Took his own line, and it was a very easy move in the end for him, but still making a move.
It looks easy.
Puon is impressive. It looked, well, it probably wasn't because Yaram was probably happy to keep his eye on Cam the entire time, but Cam just understeered off the track, and it led to Yaram just getting through by being on the racing line.
It's coming down to pure pace, and between Yarham and Cam at the moment, it looks like they're pretty equal, because they were equal in the first race that we saw in the sprint.
No, Cam, is he gonna go for the move here potentially? Matt's almost in this. He's gained half a tenth that lap alone. Most that might have been due to the error by Cam. But we'll still see a lot of locking up happening here into turn one. And these F2 rallies are very sensitive to those kind of lockups there. So that could be forcing some early pit stops from some of the guys. I'll have to get these tires a long way because they're going on to the softer compound here. But Cam is not going to wait around unlike Yaram. Cam's going to retake this lead. Okay. So back to what we've been used to this race. Casper, he's on the move up to P5 now. And Ryan almost had a spin there in the background potentially. Just got us on the back of the nose dip a bit. But he's still running here, still right behind Casper. Casper has a bit to gain to get to Lewis Craig's DRS, but Casper is the man making the moves at the moment.
Casper is on a mission. He really is in the Carlin car versus the likes of Lewis on the Invicta car. And
he hit the inside curb into Puon. He was trying it again. Hit the inside curve because Cam this time had Puon right and Cam had to catch the car in a half spin.
It wasn't Puon.
It was Puon, left-hander.
All right. I must be following a different car then.
Yeah, I think you were off for when it happened, but Yarm with a brilliant run through Stavros. You're going to try something bust up. You don't try anything into Blanchimont anyway. It'll be bust up. You're trying to move. He's way close, but I don't think he's going to go for it. No, he doesn't. He's buying his time here. Another lockup from Cam. Rears this time. Might be waiting for pit stops before he decides what he's going to do with move-wise. Or just in the DRS of Lewis. Just a bit close, a massive lock up there from Yarm, I think. See that from Matt's POV. There's like going to be hurting on some of these cars. If they now lock into turn 1 in particular. But Cam has an awful run through Radion. DRS open on the Campos. Is there going to be another move here for the lead? No, I don't think so, unless it's a late one by Yarm, and it's not. He's going to be patient.
I don't blame him for being patient. As Speed 90, by the way, gets past Matt Ryan up into 7th. Leroy having a battle with Gareth. Gareth to the right. Well, it's right. And Gareth takes the place from Leroy, but for how much longer? Past Momedy and into Rivage. Leroy wants to take the right-hand side line. And I'm looking at Yuri at the moment because he could play a lovely backseat into this. And Leroy just about gets ahead, but look at this. Yuri's on a charge through Poo onto the left-hand side. And is he going to get it? Maybe he's got to hold his line beautifully through Poo on, which he does. So brilliant stuff for Yuri. And Yuri is up into 10th spot. And there's plenty of action going throughout the field that if you finish in the top 15, you get points. So at the moment, only 3 drivers who are still in this race will not get points. Obviously, we started with 17 drivers. We're still on 17 drivers. Oh, Matt at penalty.
And Cam again locks up into the bus stop. Yarm is pushing him through some of these corners. He's clearly the quicker car at the moment, but he's just content to staying behind with biding his time. Pit stops might be happening soon. You see a blue wrench there on Yarm, but is he going to go opposite to Cam, or is he going to follow him? We'll see what happens at the end of this lap. Gareth's gone for the pit here. First man to pit in traditionally as bad as at the pit for wing damage.
Yep.
But right now, this is the crucial point in the race. Because we're at the pit stop, so there'll be a few coming in this lap. What does the front 2 do? Yarm's in the best position here because he can make his decision based on Cam, because it's obviously someone's pitting going for bus stop.
Casper gets past Lewis Craig up to 4th. But I think some people are not making the move stick, it looks like. As
Yarm's gone for it.
Yarm's gone for it. Through Rivage and into No Name. What a move. I just caught the aftermath of that. And yellow flag set to 2. Yellow flag set to 2. Right. That is Leroy.
He's got damage from wing, but there's no safety car. He's just... No safety car intervention.
Oh, yeah. It is front winged as... It looks okay, but not good.
It's the same that with Baz and front wing damage on these F2 cars. You may as well put a hole in the car. Because the lack of talent force these cars already have. I should adding a...
and fix
taking a chunk off them. And that also, which have been struggling with on the steer a lot. But yeah, Yarm has bolted away. Will he be pitting this lap? And what will Cam do? Will he follow suit? Massive block up there. He's gone opposite.
Ooh.
Cam is in.
So Cam is in. Johan is not. As 1 lap 8 of 11. Matt is in. Casper's in. Lewis Craig's in. Speed 90 stays out. So does Matt Ryan. So we got half the field deciding, you know what, let's go in. And the one, half of them deciding to stay out then. So Johan has got some clear air in front of him. He needs to push, 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 because we know how undercut is so powerful in this game. So it's a bit earlier than I was expecting, but Cam, Matta, Casper, and Lewis Craig have all gone on to the soft compounded tyres until the end of this Grand Prix. We'll keep an eye on their tyre degradation very, very soon, but Cam is effectively the net race leader. And he's got a push as well, but he's already catching up to Excite like no tomorrow.
Yeah, it's gonna be tight. You're assuming Yarham's in now. The issue is these F2 tires are impossible to get warm, especially on big setup. When I'm assuming the tire pressure it's set very low. Just seeing how difficult it has been to get these tires warmed up in these early stages. So it could be a overcut, could be a thing here, but Cam is gaining ever so slightly. Yeah, looking at Gapalia. Meanwhile, M. Ryan's made a move on Speed 19 into Fanya. Speed Knight's gonna fight this back, but I think M. Ryan has that position sorted anyway. But we'll see if there's anything else for Stavlo. Martin goes has a half look for Stavlo, which would be very brave to say the least, having to move through Stavlo. I don't think even in real F1 we've seen anyone pull a move off in Stavlo in dry conditions. Well, he's got a brilliant run. He's had to live because you can't make a move around Blanchimont, especially in an F2 car.
And he
And
goes
that's
off.
forcing White. Yarm is in. This is crunch time now. Does he come out still in the lead or will he lose the position? I think
No
everyone else is going to be
speeding,
coming in.
crucially. And the pit lane is so long. Cam needs to get past Excite.
tight.
He's going to be stuck in traffic. He doesn't want to do that, but he's got the move done.
Yeah, looks like pitting. And he's got DRS to help him.
That is good for Cam. That is what he needs. And Excite's got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
I think
And
Cam has this.
yeah, I think Cam has it is as well. So with one lap undercut, Cam takes the lead. But Yarham's going to get the slipstream through Rouge and Radion. Here he comes then.
Yeah, but Cam needs to clear Stephen.
Yeah, Cam does need to clear Stephen.
Does Stephen fight this? He's parked the car in the middle of the track. He might be fighting this. But Cam is going to send one down the inside. There's nothing Stephen can do on 8-lap-old mediums compared to 1-lap-old softs. But what does Yarm catch Stephen now? If Yarm catches him in a bad spot, this is just going to help Stephen. Matt's been brought into the equation here also. Now the penalty will hurt him, but Casper could back himself in here. And Yarm is going to catch Stephen in the worst spot. He is going to catch it through Puon by the looks of things. So he's going to have to stay behind for a lot. Oh, that is probably all she wrote there. 3 seconds for Yarm. That might be it.
That might be his race done and dusted for the race victory.
He's going to lose so much time behind Stephen because there's no way he goes for the move through Fanya. He doesn't. He needs to. He's always trying to go through a non-existent gap. You wouldn't even feel a motorbike from there. He's trying to put it through the smallest of gaps you can possibly imagine. He's trying it for Stavlo. And it's going to work out somehow. He's got to move through Stavlo, but he's lost so much time. He's now 3 seconds off the lead.
Stephen's trying to defend for all his life. Casper!
Matt's in the wall.
Matt's in the wall. That's probably why then. So Casper got the job done. Yeah, I think Matta lost it, so that's why Casper gained the place. What a shame. Has he got damage?
Matt does. He's
going into the pits, unfortunately. Stephen is deciding to come in now, later than everybody else, but your leader is Cam in first, and it will be Casper and net P2. Lewis Craig, by the way, doing a great job. Let's get all those penalties and name and shame them. Lewis Craig's on 6, so is Ahmed. And Bazer. Tut, guys. Tut. And Matto's going to come out in, I think, dead last. What a shame. Oh, Knighton's out!
Oh, Knighton's lost it!
VSC!
Lost it up a roost. That'll surely be a safety car.
No, I think it's going to be a VSC because he's... Oh, the car's gone.
Surely that's a full safety car. Up a roost.
Well, that's what I thought, but...
Oh, it's too late for a full safety car.
Yes, might be.
Yeah, you won't be able... Yeah, that has to be the reason. It's too late to do safety car.
I can't remember what the safety car setting is in this league.
It automatically, well, for game-wise, automatically will come in with 2 laps to go. So there's not enough time to have the full safety car procedure
no,
and have 2 laps to go.
no.
So that's probably why it's VSC.
Well, at least it wasn't.
Make it spicy for the end.
Yeah, definitely.
Because a safety car at the end of a race never goes horribly wrong, does it?
No. For me, when there's a safety car at the end of the race, my race usually messes up. So.
Oh, I used to 5, so now I enjoy late safety cars when I'm racing because I just avoid.
We hardly, in the leagues I'm in, we hardly get any safety cars towards the end of the race now, which is good.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice to know.
Oh, Tony!
Oh, Tony!
Drive-through penalty for speeding on the VSC. No, Tony.
That is the cardinal sin of league racing, getting a drive-through under a VSC.
I got it a few times under safety cars. One of them was in Monza, I think in F1 2021, where I just lost concentration. And then China, F1 22, lost concentration.
Yep, that's the only time I've been caught out. I needed a safety car because I was low fuel. Safety car came out. I was running P2. I was celebrating, and I never once considered lifting off. And I kept going at full pace because no one was near me.
Excuse me. I wonder who hasn't had a drive-through ever in a safety car VSC, even in career mode.
Oh, it has to be possible.
As Yuri having a battle with Gareth, don't forget, Yuri and Gareth on the same amount of penalty, so this is for trap position here.
Oh no, Gareth doesn't have a penalty, so that actually Gareth will have
Oh
the position.
no, I'm looking at Matt Ryan and Yuri, sorry. So yeah, it's not for trap position.
Same team, so it's like Yaram looks like he's going to keep P2. He's pulled 3 seconds from Casper.
He is lightning. He's trying to go over fastest laps and set quality laps all the time. He is purple in sector 2.
I guess, yeah, it'll be a consolation prize for him because he's lost to win here because he needs to pass Cam and pull 3 seconds in the space of 2 laps, which is, good luck. That's all I'll say to that.
You never know what could happen. You never know. Anything can happen in the F2 cars. As we're about to start lap 12 of 13. It is a long race.
Lap.
Pardon?
Yeah, doesn't get fastest lap.
Who has fastest lap at the moment? Let me check. Cam
by a 10th.
Oh, that's close. We did say their fastest lap were close in the sprint race.
Yeah, Yarm had 1 lap extra on the tyres before he could push because of the VSC, because he couldn't push on the actual lap.
But he's probably saved a bit of VRS, most likely. But let's get the fastest lap off so we can see the intervals. That's better.
There's no ERS in this.
Oh yeah, there's no ERS in this.
So yeah, the VSC is probably the difference. Took a bit more juice out of the tyres.
Yep.
Tony, you're retiring the pits.
And he's giving up.
He decided, I am not going to serve this drive-through penalty to Hammy Stewart's.
Well,
Matt's going to look for P13, consolation for him.
Well, at least now, if you're in the race, you score points. Because top 15 score points. So that's a consolation prize for people still in this race.
Yeah, Bassett, despite being about half a lap behind second last, will score points. So congrats to him. That is what happens when you keep racing.
That's what happens when you keep the car on the road.
Yarm's going to probably look to get this win on track. He won't have it on due to penalties. I don't know what word I was looking for there, but
yeah, Cam is leading, Yarham second, Casper third. So I think that is going to be the podium. The next driver to not have a penalty is Gareth, and then we got Stephen and Deck not having penalties. I was not expecting people to get this amount of penalties around Spa.
I mean, with the amount of understeer you're seeing, I'm not too surprised because it's usually through understeer you get penalties, especially through the likes of Facecam.
Very true.
Like Facecam or DXF Factor. That's the two main places you'll get done with track limits, and they are all free on this year. I'll tell you for a fact. So we're on to the last lap. Cam will have this win, but who's going to win this on track? Is I'm going to try and send one here at the end of this straight, and you're assuming if Yarham goes for even a half dive, Cam is just going to roll out the red carpet for him because he's not going to risk contact and losing this win here. But Yarham is not close enough this time around to make the move, but Cam rides that curb a bit awkwardly there, so that will give Yarham better drive as they run down to Ravash. Cam's going to defensive for Ravash. Yarham going to send one round the outside. He tries it. Cam's actually fighting this one, despite the fact he doesn't need to fight this. He's going to try and win this on track. He's fighting for pride here, which, you know, that is a brave decision here because it can all go horribly wrong. Matt's on 6 seconds of time penalties. Yarham's almost into the back of Cam free pull on this where Yarham made the move originally to take the lead when he had it. But Cam is just barking it completely. Yarham sent it down the inside of Fanya.
This is a rubbish camera angle, by the way.
I don't know why he's trying this, but he is trying this. I don't even know why Cam's defending this is the big question. They almost collect each other through Stabilo. Is he gonna try for Blanchimont potentially? They're gonna run
Surely
through Blanchimont one last Blanchimont one last. He's gonna send the bus stop. I'm calling it. He's saying this for bus stop 100%, and surely Cam just lets it happen. Cam is defending through bus stop, so Cam is gonna take this win on track. Surely they go for the final corner.
Oh, they touch a bit. As Cam wins the race on track, and because he got no penalty, Jarham in second, Casper third, and it'll be Lewis Craig that takes fourth. But I don't think he'll keep it. Actually, he will, I think, because the gap's 6 seconds.
Everyone else has penalties.
And then Yuri will be 6th. Ahmed will be dropped down to 8th, I think, because Gareth got hardly any pens. And we got Excite will drop down, and Steven will go up to 9th. Then it's Deck in 11th. Matter, what could have been for Matter? And we got Wasabi, Leroy, and we're now just waiting for Bazza to cross the line to make it 15 cars that finish this race.
Yeah, for what should have been a very, dull ending, it ended up being probably the most dramatic ending we've had this season. I'm not sure if they're aware of the penalty situation, but I have not seen. That was an absolute staunch defending by Cam when he didn't need to defend. He had it on penalties. But fair play to him. He put on his show. He got this one on track, and I think it's actually started to rain.
Typical. So if we had a safety car, it would have rained.
It's starting to rain. It's starting to rain. Are you kidding me? That is F123
for you. And my monitor's about to switch off. No. There we go.
It started to rain. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable sees the old M for us, and then woohoo, it's sunny again. So let's go through your results then. Cam gets past the lap as well, so extra bonus points for him. So yeah, Cam wins. So I think he's going to be winning the overall weekend, if I'm not too mistaken. Johan in second, Casper third. We've got Lewis, Matt Ryan, Yuri, Gav, Casper from 10th, by the way. So he had a good race, so he could get some decent points there. Ahmed in 8th, Stephen 9th, Excite 10th. Then we've got Deck, Matter, Wasabi, Leroy, Bazza, your finishers, and point scorers. Your retirements are Tony and Speed Knighton. And that is your grid that finished. So, quite an interesting race. Very entertaining, to say the least. No safety cars, luckily. Next week, we will be heading to, I believe, it's the Netherlands. Yeah, it is Netherlands. We go to Zandvoort. Now, if Belgium requires a higher downforce car, Zandvoort definitely requires more traction and more aero. So I think these drivers will find it a bit difficult next week with a fixed setup around Zandvoort. But Rando, what do you think?
Well, Zandvoort is difficult when you have a setup. Imagine it with the fixed setup. Zandvoort's going to be very difficult. Yeah, it's a very traction-dependent circuit, especially for those first couple quarters, those bounce turns. So expect a few spinners. And the walls are very close in certain parts in Zandvoort, again, especially at the start of the track. So we may be seeing a few introductions for Mylander next week, unfortunately. Which
Yeah.
I don't think we had for Mylander in a while, actually. I don't think he appeared in Silverstone at all last week. So we need to give the man some love. He's been driving for forever. He has the most races in F1, I think. He's done like 350 races at this stage.
Yeah. But I believe that is the stream over. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. If you have liked the action, make sure you follow us on Twitter at VSL_F1, same with Instagram. And we also got our Rally Championships happening at the moment. It is round number 3 at Croatia. So we're seeing our rally drivers get involved in that. If you want to get involved, follow us on them on Twitter at VSL_Rally. And we've got someone that is quite dominant in that at the moment. Can anyone get and start commenters taking the win in round 3? But we will leave you there. Thank you, Rando, for joining me once again. And we will see you next week for the Dutch Grand Prix. I think it's going to be even harder than Belgium, so we'll see how they can do there. Until then, see you next week, and bye-bye.